When the four heavenly kings were preparing to combine and attack the Monkey King, Sunny used his hair to cover the entire arena. This was his hair dome. This wasn't to cut off his own retreat, but to prevent those outside the dome from seeing the battle situation. Even before entering the battle, they had planned that this battle absolutely could not be seen by anyone. The Monkey King still maintained his wide grin. He danced and gestured with his hands. When the four heavenly kings charged, he agilely extended his hand. He won this round of rock paper scissors. The four heavenly kings didn't expect to lose a round right after entering the arena. But it didn't matter, as long as they didn't make a mistake when the Monkey King pointed. All four simultaneously and in unison turned their heads, successfully winning the first trial round. The Monkey King's eyes shone brightly. Although Toriko was prepared to be knee-locked, the Monkey King was still extremely surprised. It seems to be more interesting than the previous round. The four and the monkey swayed freely. Toriko started with a loud shout, "Take this!" The four immediately leaned on each other, directing their knees towards the Monkey King. Bambina still grinned, dodging their knee attacks. After the surprise attack, it was Zebra's turn to arm wrestle with the Monkey King. At this time, Zebra and the other three were completely synchronized in rhythm. So when Bambina pulled him down, everyone fell with him. Zebra immediately got up, bouncing away a distance. After the previous exchange, they had completely understood the true nature of the Enbu dance. The Monkey King played the same game 2 or 3 times, first rock paper scissors, then point and look, followed by knee lock and arm wrestling. Regarding whether this was a coincidence or some strange pattern, the four heavenly kings had formed a hypothesis. That was 3 days ago, when they first started practicing Enbu. Koko told everyone to watch him write with poison, and also told Zebra to make everyone's voices gloomy. Even without saying it, everyone understood. Koko didn't want this content to be heard by anyone. After preparing for security, Koko explained, "A few days ago, when Kaka took us to visit the ruins of civilization, I coincidentally saw some murals. Because I sensed strong electromagnetic waves, I specifically investigated. As soon as I entered, I saw murals everywhere. A large number of murals covered an entire wall, depicting 2 ape-like creatures posing like martial artists. Of course, they could also be seen as 2 monkeys playing. At that time, I didn't feel anything strange, but now that I think about it, the first few paintings were exactly the movements the Monkey King performed in that 0.1 second. Hearing this, the other 3 were startled. Koko seems to be talking about some terrifying secret. Koko continued, "Before Toriko and the Monkey King arm wrestled, the reason I could react instantly and create the poisonous doll was because I had seen those paintings. That greatly influenced my divination ability. Was that really the Monkey King's game? Was it really rock paper scissors, knee lock, and arm wrestling? For that reason, I made a bold hypothesis: the so-called Enbu dance performed by the Monkey King is actually a dance with fixed postures. Simply put, Enbu is the dance the Monkey King uses to perform the monkey dance." The four heavenly kings thought, could it be that the dance drawn on that mural is the Monkey King's true goal? Meaning, that's the real way to get pair? On this, Koko couldn't confirm, but this hypothesis was worth trying. He remembered the last mural depicting everyone happily eating. Sunny quickly asked Koko how many murals there were. Koko said there were nearly 1,000 in total. Some were damaged and incomplete, but he clearly remembered the complete ones. Indeed, Koko has a superhuman memory and a meticulous mind. This is truly hitting multiple targets with one arrow. But just remembering the murals wasn't enough, they had to keep up with the Monkey King's rhythm. Dancing with the Monkey King? What kind of strange and unbelievable maneuver is this? Moreover, the Monkey King performed nearly 10 paintings in just 0.1 seconds. So, completing all 1,000 paintings would only take 10 seconds. That means one must be proficient in Enbu to do it. If this was truly the way to get pair, it was more torturous than a regular fight. And this absolutely could not be known by that person. Koko had already sensed that something was off with Kaka, so he had already initiated a contingency plan, preventing Kaka from knowing how to capture pair. Therefore, Komatsu could be safely transferred. At this moment, Kaka could only grit his teeth, raging in vain. 3 days later, the four heavenly kings intensified their training, striving to perform each movement in every painting in a neat and unified manner. To put it bluntly, this dance troupe of 4 brothers had started working. And now, after the first trial, they confirmed that the direction of their efforts over the past 3 days was correct. Zebra told them to look closely. The Monkey King's balls seemed to be getting bigger. The plump, elastic balls glowed with a strange luster. No, looking from a broader perspective, it seemed the Monkey King's entire body had grown larger. The suppressed power also slowly swelled up. Hurry up! Just 10 seconds to finish the dance. Come here, Monkey King. Come on, let's dance the Mad Enbu dance. With Pear's bell sound, no other accompaniment is needed. Although the group had begun to dance in sync with their feelings, the first step was rock paper scissors. Point where you look, and twist. Even though Zebra's expression and body were stiff, his movements were barely correct. As they swayed more, they began to find the rhythm. Their faces brightened, and they seemed to grow happier with each move. "Oh, you guys, stop fighting. If you want to fight, go duel like warriors." The four of them danced rhythmically with Enbu. Fortunately, all four were dancing together. If it were one-on-one, it would likely be impossible to dance this dance with the Monkey King. Even if it was just dancing, no single one of the four Heavenly Kings could withstand the Monkey King's overwhelming power and speed. During Enbu training, Koko and Sunny gradually synchronized through their BB bullet training, as if their cells were connecting. After the consciousness of 60 trillion plus 60 trillion, or 120 trillion cells, was completely unified, the power of Enbu would double. If the four Heavenly Kings' consciousness could be completely unified, their success rate in dancing Enbu with the Monkey King would significantly increase. As long as the 120 trillion cells in the four Heavenly Kings' bodies could maintain conscious unity for a long time, they would be able to complete the Enbu dance in the murals. While they were dance battling, Kaka was still there, radiating a gloomy aura. Seeing the melted poisonous doll, he was so furious that his mouth split open. Where's the original body? That state definitely prevents movement. He suddenly remembered, I haven't seen that penguin in a long time. And at this moment, Electric Shark disappeared with a laugh in self-destruct mode. 100 times gravity instantly struck, shaking the ground and forming a giant pit. The car roof crashed down rapidly, crushing the poisonous doll. Kaka roared in anger. He propped up the car roof, broke through it, and climbed out. At this moment, he was completely blackened. He angrily emerged from the dust. These guys are waiting to die. And his movements had already alerted Terry, Kiss, and Queen, the protectors. These three treasures quickly surrounded Kaka, who was radiating immense power. Kaka felt he had to question them. Hey, you guys look like you know something. If you get in my way, I'll eat you. Kaka's drool flowed incessantly, dripping down. Sensing his killing intent, the three small pets also took up battle stances. If this four Heavenly Kings dance sequence were animated, it would undoubtedly be a masterpiece. With adorable expressions and magnificent yet domineering dance moves, it would surely become a shining star. Zebra, forced to perform, would definitely be a highlight. He wildly danced to the Monkey King's rhythm from memory. Although it was only 10 seconds, with the movements of 1,000 paintings, it seemed incredibly long and complex. Within it, missing paintings and vanished murals were restored by Koko using electromagnetic waves. He even predicted the Monkey King's movements from the dance's footwork, striving to synchronize with the Monkey King's rhythm. Everyone was very satisfied with their performance. At least the plan was going very smoothly so far. Pear continuously hummed like good news, emitting joyful chimes to the dance's rhythm. Simultaneously, Pear's aroma swirled up. The four Heavenly Kings danced with the Monkey King, bathing in Pear's vital energy. It was as if the entire earth rotated and revolved just for this moment. This was about experiencing the feeling of being king alongside the Monkey King. Roughly, they danced to a state of selflessness, feeling the sense of invincibility under heaven when standing above all others. And the gourmet demon cells also immersed themselves in it, as if they had experienced this feeling somewhere before. The Monkey King was lost in the dance, his eyes blurred with tears. At this moment, his emotions were mixed. It seemed he hoped this dance could last forever. But this Enbu dance, without anyone noticing, had less than 1 second left. The Monkey King was so engrossed, and the process was very smooth. Just a little more, just one last bit, to give the Monkey King the greatest satisfaction. At this point, the four Heavenly Kings' tension reached its peak. Out of nearly 1,000 murals in total, a few were missing. Although Koko had restored some by intuition and had perfectly completed these dance moves with the Monkey King, there was still one blank mural. This mural was definitely not missing due to erosion from wind and rain. It simply didn't exist. Perhaps it had been taken away very early. Therefore, Koko couldn't obtain any electromagnetic waves from this mural. The content of this final mural could only be improvised based on the Monkey King's movements. Once they failed here, everything would end. For that reason, the four Heavenly King cells now exerted their strongest concentration of the day. After performing the last familiar movement, the four Heavenly Kings all stared intently at the Monkey King, eager to see his next move. Bambina turned his head and smiled, his eyes filled with an unspoken ambiguity. Although holding their breath, no matter what, they had to know what the final step should be. They couldn't let all their efforts go to waste. But the Monkey King's cryptic smile gave them a very bad feeling. And at that moment, the Monkey King stopped moving. The four Heavenly Kings were stunned. What now? How do we dance the next step? Is he not dancing anymore? Did we fail? The four Heavenly Kings were baffled. But they saw the Monkey King acting like he was going crazy, opening his mouth full of sharp teeth and lunging at them. The Monkey King's drool splattered everywhere. This posture was exactly like the ferocious demons they had encountered before, wanting to devour people alive. The four heavenly kings were utterly terrified. It's over. The strategy failed. The Monkey King was now unusually excited, charging straight at them. The four heavenly kings dodged a few times, almost getting hit. The Monkey King had completely lost his mind. He charged straight at them. The four heavenly kings quickly dodged, causing him to crash to the ground. What's wrong with him? Is he angry? Because the dance isn't over? The four heavenly kings didn't understand. Just because the dance isn't over, he's angry and wants to eat us? We were so busy dancing that we forgot this guy is the biggest problem child among the 8 kings. What do we do now? Prepare to swing our fists? Let's fight. Zebra always thought, why bother using your brain for things that can be solved with brute force? It should have been like this from the beginning, directly using brute force to pull the Monkey King's balls down. Isn't this easier than racking your brains to guess the Monkey King's thoughts? You guys cover your ears tightly. As soon as he finished speaking, Zebra started his supersonic blast. The sound exploded in the hair dome, almost blowing up the entire space. But the Monkey King still maintained his interest. Seeing that this move didn't work, he immediately gathered his fists. All four rushed forward simultaneously. To the Monkey King, this was a feeling of being favored. The four shouted in unison, if you want to eat so much, then taste our ultimate move. The four heavenly kings' 240 trillion ultimate technique. Fists gathered from all four limbs, gradually merging, transforming into a gigantic fist. Didn't expect that, right? We said combining is truly combining. The four swung their gigantic fist together, striking directly at the Monkey King. This is the nail punch of the four heavenly kings' Enbu. The heavy fist landed on the Monkey King's chest. He endured the impact of four people's power, suddenly spitting out a mouthful of fresh blood. But the Monkey King is the Monkey King after all, he's had many fights, so this punch was just a minor skirmish. Even after being hit hard, the Monkey King still looked unsatisfied. He grabbed the giant arm. The four heavenly kings never expected that a punch combining the power of four people would have no effect on him. Moreover, the Monkey King was now holding their hands and opening his mouth wide, seemingly wanting to swallow all four of them. The Monkey King's strength was extraordinary, a casual swing could create a giant vortex. Zebra cursed, bastard. The four heavenly kings' 240 trillion Enbu ultrasonic wave sound cutter. This move was incredibly powerful, directly tearing a hole in Sunny's hair dome. Facing the attack, the Monkey King roared. Apart from his usual madness, he seemed completely unharmed. Zebra was astonished. What? Not even a scratch? Koko pulled out his poison gun and told everyone to attack him together. Let him taste the four heavenly kings' poisonous gas bomb of Enbu. However, the Monkey King continued to grin, his flexible and light body deftly dodging all the walls. Koko felt as if struck by lightning. How strong is this Monkey King? After all? My attacks are almost light speed, yet he can easily dodge them? Whether individually or combined, they couldn't harm him in the slightest. The Monkey King, with his drooling mouth, charged forward again. He roared as if celebrating victory. For his impending explosive attack, the four heavenly kings had prepared sound wall, fork shield, and super flail. But these techniques were insignificant in front of the Monkey King. He attacked the four heavenly kings, and they could only dodge. Moreover, the Monkey King's attack speed was too fast, they couldn't fully dissipate all the force. Zebra told everyone to maintain their Enbu state. Even if they couldn't completely neutralize this beast's attack, they could significantly reduce the damage taken. Toriko said that now they only needed to focus on getting the balls. The balls were the key. Toriko, taking advantage of his inattention, once again reached for the balls. The moment he grasped the balls, his arm exploded into smithereens. Fortunately, this was a poisonous doll that Koko hastily made. If I had gone myself, I might not even be able to use my full power. The poisonous humanoid was not only used for frontal attacks but also to attract the Monkey King's attention, allowing the four of them to attack him from behind earlier. The moment they touched the balls, the four were both tense and excited. Got the balls. Good, pull him down quickly. However, the four tried their best but couldn't pull it off. The balls remained motionless, without even a hint of sensation. All four were stunned. We put in so much effort to touch pair, but we can't get it down. What should we do? How exactly can we pluck the Monkey King's balls? Although they were on the verge of breaking down, the balls were like giant eggs growing from the earth, they couldn't do anything to him. No matter how you look at it, even brute force can't capture pair. The Monkey King swung his arm, embraced the four of them, spun his head, and bit fiercely. The stiff arms of all four were torn apart, blood gushing out. Toriko launched a fork rocket, but the Monkey King didn't even have a scratch. Toriko's side was in trouble. Because of the excessive movements and intense emotions, the Enbu dance was disrupted. They were about to face 100 times gravity. Toriko, who was leaping into the air to attack the Monkey King, suddenly fell to the ground due to the sudden 100 times gravity. But the Monkey King grabbed him. His body deformed as gravity pulled his leg. Isn't this the long legs that all girls love? Toriko was pulled hard, his entire body felt like it was about to be torn apart by gravity. And the Monkey King bit a piece of his leg. Toriko cried out in pain, "Go!" Zebra roared, "I can't stand you anymore, you bastard." Enbu, death full course. Since we've decided to fight, let's all go at him. Sunny unleashed his demon hair, rushing to bite and tear at the Monkey King. The enraged Monkey King suddenly stood up, interrupting all incoming attacks. Sunny was sent flying by the shockwave. Moreover, this attack from the Monkey King easily shattered the hair dome woven from multiple layers of super flail. As Sunny was stunned, the Monkey King silently approached, grabbed his demon hair, and bit it. Is he starving? He bites everything he sees. Without waiting for Sunny to act, Koko told the poisonous demon to give the Monkey King a flask of poison. The Monkey King raged, slamming the ground violently, causing the sky and earth to change, mountains to collapse, and the ground to crack. Those who had lost their Enbu's effectiveness, along with the shattered mountainside, fell straight deeper underground. Under 100 times gravity, they naturally couldn't move. Is this truly the end? However, the Monkey King still refused to let Toriko go. He tightly grasped Toriko's leg and fell with them. Bambina, do you really want to eat us that much? After the chaos, although they were surprised to find themselves still alive, they didn't know where they were. They were still somewhere like the halfway point of 100G Mountain. No matter where they were, they had to reorganize their Enbu first. But they found themselves in a familiar state of dehydration. Toriko's eyes, nose, and mouth were all leaking water. Sunny was about to ask for an explanation, but then realized that he and Koko were in the same situation. Could it be Sandoriko? They immediately looked up and saw a large patch of wild Sandoriko. They had luckily survived the Monkey King's punches and 100 times gravity, but unexpectedly fell right into the Sandoriko flower patch. Pollen was about to erupt. And the Monkey King also strode towards them. Affected by Sandoriko, his face was also covered in water. But it was clear that he wasn't worried about this flower at all. Instead, he walked straight towards the four of them. They wanted to reorganize their Enbu, even if it was just to eliminate a little pollen and the effects of gravity. But it was too late. The Monkey King lifted the four of them. Because the water in their bodies was constantly gushing out, their stamina was rapidly depleted. Although unwilling, they were completely unable to exert any force. The Monkey King opened his mouth wide. Is this the end? The water in Toriko's body was almost completely drained, blurring his vision. But he wasn't resigned. Since I'm going to be eaten anyway, why don't I taste you first? Toriko bit the Monkey King's extended tongue. The Monkey King's eyes widened like brass bells. Finally, he saw the lover he had longed for day and night. Toriko bit his tongue firmly, refusing to let go, and then saw Komatsu with a horrified expression right before his eyes. That's Komatsu. No mistake. The Monkey King was moved to tears, and his tears and balls fell simultaneously. So Pear has been successfully captured? Toriko couldn't believe he saw Komatsu here. And he was shouting something. Toriko didn't hear it clearly at first, but they all realized, the balls have fallen. The Monkey King's balls actually fell off like that? But the dance isn't over yet? At this moment, the Monkey King was crying happily. At this moment, the four Heavenly Kings' minds were filled with questions. Why? Could it be that those chaotic, exaggerated battles actually satisfied the Monkey King? No way. Who would be beaten and still look so enraptured? Is he a masochist? Moreover, there should have been two balls, and one had disappeared. While frantically searching for the other ball, they heard Komatsu shouting, "Toriko-san! Quick, catch it! There's another one here. Yours and mine must be caught at the same time." Toriko had no time to be shocked. He quickly followed Komatsu's instructions and caught the ball. The moment he touched the ball, its outer skin cracked. Komatsu hurriedly told Toriko to combine the two pairs. Because the moment Pear fell, one of them would disappear into the inner world. The pair from your world and the pair from my world were originally one. Now let them merge into one. This is the true method of capturing Pear. Well, in short, this thing is complicated in theory, but not difficult to operate. Toriko and Komatsu simultaneously approached each other, then the two balls merged. After a world-shaking, earth-shattering upheaval, the true pair appeared. The moment Pear combined, strong winds swirled around, and powerful energy fields surged. A moment later, the dust settled. The peerless treasure pair was successfully completed. Everyone was so amazed by the Monkey King's pair that they were speechless. Komatsu, however, said mournfully, "That's great. Even at the brink of death, I can still do my humble part. Toriko-san. Koko-san. Sunny-san. Zebra-san. Everyone came here for me, getting bruised all over. Thank you so much. Being able to come here with everyone, I am truly so happy. Komatsu's eyes shone with golden light. He showed a gentle smile. Farewell, everyone. Farewell, Toriko-san. Toriko hurriedly asked, what are you saying? Komatsu gently floated up, Toriko-san. I want to hold your hand one more time. The hand that can defeat all ferocious beasts, that dares to defy the 8 kings. That strong hand of Toriko-san. Komatsu softly whimpered, his voice gradually fading. Toriko anxiously reached out, trying to grasp Komatsu's figure. At this moment, Yun also rushed over. Toriko had no time to adjust his emotions. Although as soon as he saw Yun, he eagerly followed. Previously, they had told Yun to wait at the foot of 100G mountain. But Yun looked anxious. It seemed something had really happened to Komatsu. They opened Yun's door, and all 4 squeezed into the narrow space. Komatsu's condition is very bad now, but there are no more artificial organs or replacement medicine. We can only feed him pear for now. While the 4 were frantically taking care of Komatsu, the Black and Kaka caught up. I didn't expect that penguin to be a camp monster equipped with a high-level shelter. He questioned Toriko and the group, when did you suspect me? Oh my. This is the first time I've seen such a wonderful pair. It's truly a world apart from other pairs. Those wild Toriko have stopped releasing pollen. This proves that they have received enough nutrition to fill their stomachs with just the soup. Thanks to that, I was able to find this place. But that penguin too. Quick, hand over that kid to me. There's still time. I'll take pear as well. You guys can die now. The video ends here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments to support the channel. New anime series will be uploaded regularly on 21st Century Anime. Thank you.